சரிங்களா? இப்போ இங்க நீங்க என்ன பாக்குறீங்களோ அது அங்க தெரியும். தெரியுதா? இந்த ஸ்கிரீனை அது கேப்சர் பண்ணுது. நீங்க இதை ஓப்பன் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. பேசுறத ஓப்பன் பண்ணி வச்சுட்டீங்கன்னா யூடியூப்ல தெரியும். ஓகேங்களா? இப்போ நான் இந்த பேஜ் தான் பார்க்குறேன். இந்த பேஜ் தெரியுது பாருங்க. முதல்ல என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம், ஓபிஎஸ் ஓப்பன் பண்ணிட்டு டிஸ்பிளே கேப்சர் எது டிஸ்பிளே கேப்சர் ஆடியோ வரணும் இல்லையா? ஆடியோ இங்க வந்து ஆடியோ கேப்சர் ஆடியோ ஓகே. டிஃபால்ட்டா எதை கேட்குதுன்னு கேட்கும். மைக்ரோஃபோன் இல்லை மைக்ரோஃபோன் செலக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு நான் பேசுறது மார்க் பண்ணிடுவேன். இப்போ இதை மியூட் பண்ணணும்னா என்னது ஸ்டார்டிங் கன்ஃபியூஸ் இருக்கணும். இது பேசி முடிச்சு பண்ணிக்கலாம். இப்போதாங்க எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சதை நான் சொல்லிட்டேன். கொஞ்சம் சிறப்பாக நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், அந்த லிங்கை வந்து கொடுக்கணும். யூடியூப் மேம் லைவ் வருதான்னு பாருங்க. யூடியூப் இன்டர்நேஷனல் குரூப்ல போட்டிருக்கேன் பாருங்க.
சார் மேம் சாப்பாடு வருவீங்களா கேக்குறாங்களா? எஸ் சொன்னீங்க.
யார் மேம்?
இல்ல வரல சார், அந்த லிங்க் போக மாட்டேங்குது.
இல்ல மேம்
சார்
ஜஸ்ட் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க.
காப்பி பண்ணி ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. அது பண்ணிடுங்க.
அதுல போகும்.
யூடியூப் எடுத்து போடணுமா? சரி யூடியூப் எடுத்து போடணும். லைவ் தானே?
இப்போ அனுப்பிச்சிருக்க லிங்க் மேம்.
இப்போ நீங்க மவுஸ் மூவ் பண்றது தெரியுது சார்.
ஓகே தெரியுதா?
இதுதானே?
ஓகே மேம்.
சிசி ஸ்கிரீன்.
இப்போ இது கான்ஃபரன்ஸ்ல ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கிறவங்களுக்கு இது அனுப்பலாம்.
சார் அந்த குரூப்ல மேம் தான் இருக்காங்க, நான் இல்ல. சார் அவங்கள 50 பார்த்துடலாம்.
ஓகே. ஸ்கிரீன் அது ஓகே. லைட் மட்டும் ஆஃப் பண்ணி ஓகே. பாலன் சாரோட ரெடியா? ஃபைல் ரெடியா? இங்க உட்காந்து பேசுங்க. அவர் கேட்கும். இங்க வச்சு மைக் வச்சு பேசு. ஓகே மைக் இங்க இருந்து எடுத்துருவோம். இப்போதைக்கு ஸ்பீக்கர்ல கேட்கும். ஓகே சார். குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன் சார். Am I audible? பாலன் சார்.
Yes, Professor. The audience is ready.
பேசுறது கேட்கல பாரு.
Hello.
மைக் வால்யூம் கனெக்டட்.
Yes sir, the audience are ready sir.
Okay. Can you just introduce me or how, doctor?
Yes,
Or just
1 minute sir. Sir, we are checking with the audio. Kindly
Hmm.
speak few words so that we would be able to hear it.
Okay, can. Can I play one video later, doctor, from the YouTube?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Can I see the okay?
Yes, sir. You are clearly audible. We have projected your input over the projector, sir, to the auditorium.
Okay, can I display my
Yes, sir. You
PowerPoint
can.
now?
Yes, sir. You can share your screen. Thank you.
Okay.
But making a profile like before.
Can you see my slide?
From just before we start, I request all participants to be seated from having switch off on your mobile phone device off. We'll this recording session by the invited speaker, the university speaker from the University of Malaya. This conference of the university. The student council members, the numbers psychology introduced this speaker. Welcome back after our refreshing tea break. We are now ready to resume our proceedings. Let's continue our gathering with renewed energy and focus. It's my pleasure to welcome our invited lecturer, Dr. Balan Radhakrishnan, Professor and Head, Department of Psychology, University of Malaya, Malaysia. And last, skill manager. He has specialized in the use of psychology for both use and self-esteem about single mother, etc. Numerous publications and he has read finding at various conferences and symposiums. He has received several awards for his contribution to theology and kindness of the solitary development.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I start right now? Okay, thank you so much to the chair lady and also to Dr. P. Sinivasan and Dr. S.N. Suresh, the Vice Principal and the Dean of the Faculty. And last but not least, Dr. Sita Lechmi, and also my beloved participants, lecturers, professors, the head of the department, and also my beloved students are there. Let me introduce my name again. My name is Balan Radhakrishnan. I'm from Faculty of Psychology and Education, University Malaysia Sabah, which is in a Borneo side of Malaysia. And I'm my focus of research, if you can Google Balan, my research most focus on students development, and of course for today's conference on applied psychology, and I have chosen this topic of positive psychology. In short term we call PP, and how it related to the well-being. And of course when you can see now, especially those are young generations, millennium generations, which is 2022 2023, the main issue is about their well-being, and of course like you can see in India, there are every day there are a lot of cases of suicidal. Even like 2 weeks ago, one of the very popular artists, daughters passed away, 13 years I guess, and she have wrote a message to the father that she feels some missing, and she feel very lonely, and she might have some emotional issues. And you can see, even like I am very watch a lot of TV news in from India. You can see there are a lot of issues also, students who are never get seat in, especially in medical faculty, medical seat, because they are very competitive, and and there are cases of suicidal every year. So what we are going to discuss, the people we have been studying, we have been talking about positive psychology, we are talking about well-being and how it related to human being. If you can see this diagram, each and every one of us, including you and me, when you can see, there are a lot of faces that we try to portray to people. Maybe I want to be smile, I want to laugh, maybe I will be very sad, I get anger. We are human created such a way, and of course we can see why this PP, positive psychology, become a very important element. So what is exactly positive? Do I really positive, and is it important to apply in my life, and how it related to the well-being? Is it well-being is equal to happiness? So there are a lot of questions, and this positive psychology, if you can see, it's only very latest part of research, a lot of part of latest part of psychology, when it's been started by Seligman, Martin Seligman, which is the father for founder of this positive psychology. Because the previous one, we talk about abnormality, we talk about psychological problem, we talk about issue related to organization, stress. Of course, we do have, but all the psychology part we are discussing on the problem. What is wrong with me? If you can answer me, what is wrong with you? We have thousands and thousands of lists that we can give, because we are more emphasizing on what is wrong with me. My failure, whatever that I'm not achieved, this is because of me. That's why it's what is wrong with me. And I always think about failure rather than my whatever my achievement. So what happened? Seligman said, why you want to worry about your what's wrong with you? Why not you change what is right with me? So this is other part of psychology, which what is wrong with me? Of course, I have a lot, but when you change that mindset, what is right with me? So when we look into that, so that's what we call positive. That means you are looking more on success rather than failure. If you can ask the participants here, the students especially who are sitting in front of me, if I can ask you, what is your strength? What is your rituals? What is your success story? Maybe some of you have a lot of success story, and of course, we understand about my strength, but do I use my strength for my achievement? Because we are including me, we will be thinking a lot of negative part in my life. And in a present life, how do you engage? Do you enjoy your life? Do you make your life very meaningful? So this is all what we call positive psychology. Positive psychology referring to the basically what we are looking is smiling, happy, and I'm looking for the strength of me. That is the basic value which we talk. Rather than we are concentrating on stress, my academic stress, life stress, marriage stress, relationship stress, financial stress. Why not I relax? I look for what is the beauty of my life? What is the meaningful in my life? What is my pleasant my life? So this is what we call PP. And each and every moment of our life to be a happy moment. And why we need this PP, positive psychology? Of course, doctor, I'm already a positive person. I'm doing very well. I know what I'm doing. I'm a very successful person. That is good. That's what we want. But you see, percentage of, even in Malaysia or India, we can see a lot of 4% of people are having this mental health problem, especially those are stressed, anxiety level very high, depressed, and of course they are looking for a suicidal. And the cases are very high, especially those are in the university level. Even we are highly educated, but there are a lot of cases of a suicidal. So usually what happen, we try to change the paradigm. What is the paradigm? That from sadness, the failure, I'm only focusing into my strength. I'm only focusing in on my achievement. I'm only looking to my whatever that I can do best in my life, rather than I'm focusing to my failure. Each and every failure is the only lesson and experience for me, but I will never bring it tomorrow. What I want now is only happiness. That's why we are looking on the applied positive psychology. And very important, how do we engage with well-being? There are five main components which Seligman have said. Number one, pleasure. Do I have pleasure in my life? Not in a negative side, but pleasure in sense of in a more positive side. Do I engage myself with others? Do I have a positive relationship with others? Do I have a meaning in my life? And do I focusing on my achievement? If we, what this Seligman have said, 2011, if we are focusing on these five main elements, the component of pleasure, engagement, relationship, meaning, and achievement, which we call short form PERMA. PERMA is the pleasure, engage, relationship, meaning. And this is the very gist of our individual life, whereby I can achieve whatever that I want. For example, like I fail in my exam, I cannot get an A in my exam. So what I can do? That is my experience that I get. I got a. I cannot achieve whatever that I want. So what you can do? How you want to change that paradigm from negative to a positive? So make it like I got a B for now. Never mind. I can do better for next time. So what happens when you do that? When your mindset is like such a way, you are making meaningful whatever that you're doing. So what happened to the students or whoever that in front of me? When we take life is a meaningful life, each and everything that you do will be doing in fulfillment. That's what Seligman has said. That is what we call positive psychology. So when we look into the very big component of positive psychology, there are a lot of issues which we can talk. Of course, we talk about love, we talk about strength, we talk about emotion, we talk about strength of yourself, we talk about positive coping. How do you apply psychology? How you relate with happiness and well-being, and especially all these components are interrelated on our psychological well-being. Okay, now, where do happiness come from? Is it come from your parents? Is it come from your circumstances, from your environment? It's your teachers, your friends? Because why? Whenever we interview students, where is your happiness? Oh, my happiness comes from when I use telephone, smartphone. If my parents allowed me to use YouTube, I'm very happy. When I play video game, I'm very happy. So people are looking happiness outside. And research has been proven, our parents give us 50%, our circumstances 10%, our activity and outlooks looks for 40%. So when we can see this is what research have been proven, and maybe it's wrong, but this is only we can take it as a part of our happiness crown. And the most key success of this PP, positive psychology, the coaching is about happiness, and happiness is the key for the success. So rather than I'm looking what is wrong with me, I'm changing to what is right with me. So when you have changed that paradigm, when you change that platform, you can see a lot of success in our life. Maybe it's not instant, but gradually we can see the success. But why we are looking on the wrong side rather than the success? Because we don't want to be happy. Because we have a culture, Asian culture, we call this is, I don't know whether even in India we do have this. I cannot laugh. I cannot smile. I cannot be happy, because when I'm happy, I'll get sad. That's also a culture which I think there are people are following. Oh, I cannot be happy today. I cannot laugh today. When I'm happy now, later I'll be crying. See, our mindset, it's also by culture. Our culture, maybe there are still people are following that type of trend, which we call, oh, I cannot. And now we can see a lot of young generations, they are extraordinary, extraordinary in sense of they want all happiness in a negative way. They go clubbing, they dancing, they take a lot of pills of ecstasy, drugs, alcohol. I'm not talking that everyone, but there are few which looking happiness in a very negative form. So what I am saying here in PP, positive psychology, we are looking the happiness within you, which I said about the five component. Pleasure, what I can make myself to be pleasure, whatever. Like for example, I'm eating rice today, curd rice, or I'm eating biryani, or I'm eating chapati. What I can happy with that pleasure, I'm eating that food. How do I engage that myself with the food I'm taking? Do I respect that food? And how I relate the people who are doing the chapati for me, like for example your mother doing chapati, and do you have that connections with your mother? Do you have say something which you can attach with your mother or your father? And do you have a meaning whenever you do something good in your life? And you can see now, even like in India, they won a lot of gold medals, in Asian Games. I see even in badminton, the double, even in cricket, they can see a lot of achievement, so that's what we are looking into now, positive psychology, looking into all the positive aspects of people. And what we are trying to do in applied psychology, we are trying to coach especially this young generation how to make meaningful in life, how to make everything based on your happiness, and that will become the evidence-based framework. I'm not saying simply say, but there are a lot of research been proven. Whenever you happy, you can do better. Even you can see a lot of cancer patients. There are research been done. Cancer patients, when they become happy, the cancer cell can be died. So the medicine, even you are eating medicine, the medicine works better when you're happy rather than you're sad. You're so much of worried. Even same goes to the life, our life. Whenever you feel you're happy, you can do better rather than when you are sad. And you see the nature of human. If anybody here can you say what is the nature of human being? Our nature is to be happy. How long you can cry per day? Can you cry what 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 1 hour? How many hours you can cry? 1 hour maximum. After 1 hour of crying, what happened to you? You will be very exhausted. You will be very tired. And you cannot do any more other work. Even you cannot eat. You cannot sleep. You cannot do anything when you cry. But when you're happy, you can happy more than 24 hours. Luckily, we only have 24 hours. You are happy. You can be laughing 24 hours. You have the mood of happy 24 hours. And you feel more energy. You see, that's how created our body. Our nature of body been created to be happy. That is nature. So whenever you want to change to your sadness, you thinking too much, you overthinking, you feel that everything happened to me is a failure. What's wrong with me? You will be very exhausted. So what happened when you're exhausted? You cannot think positive. You're emotional. You will be always sad. You will be very stressed. What happened to your activity? Your action will be failure. And then we will blame, oh, I'm not lucky person. The lucky come from where? You see Chinese, Chinese, those that get gold medal in Olympics. When you ask them, what is the success of them? It's only training. And you see, the child been sent when they're 3 years old. And they start to train, train, train. When they're 17, 16 years, they got gold medal. They become world class. So they depend on the effort. They depend on the positivity. They depend on their creativity. They depend on their ability. That's what we call positive psychology. I'm looking on my positivity rather than negativity. So whenever you think positive, the nature comes happy. When you are happy, your emotionally will be very happy, and your action, whatever behavior will be happy. If you don't trust me, you can try from today onwards. You try to change whatever that you are doing, whatever the wrongs with you, forget it about that from this moment and think all are good. Of course, Bandura have said, 1960 have said, believe, believe, believe. When you believe, you can do it. And there are a lot of songs like Mahatma Gandhi. You can see he believed. That's why the independence come. Nelson Mandela, you can see the belief. So how much the belief, see the impact of belief system in ourselves. And there are a lot of talking about positivity. They're talking about the strength, optimism. I can do it. I can do it. I can manage to do it. I will be definitely be very successful. Resiliency. What that means? Even a lot of people are talking bad about you. Everybody laughing at you. Everybody said you are not good. Everybody saying that you cannot achieve. No worry. Tell them I can. Even no need to tell them. You prove to them resiliency. Even a lot of negativity, you still can perform the best. Singing, dancing, education, anything. Flourishing your life with this positive psychology. So my main idea for this, we have hedonic well-being and eudaimonic well-being, which is feel good, flourish, and function well, optimal functioning, strength, and all that, which I already tell you. How these two will be flourishing. You like a flower, which when you have all these, your life will be very positive. Like for example, positive emotions, your past, present, and your future. What is your past? Satisfied. Your present, you look for the joy, bliss, death, calm, pleasure, ecstasy, curiosity, inspirations, love, and what will be your hope, optimism? What is your faith and trust? So these are the three main components of the present and future. Don't worry, whatever happened, it's for gratitude, as fulfillment. Make it as a satisfaction. Okay, no problem. I can do better. So change this. Today, my whatever that my sharing, it's only one reason, only one purpose. What is wrong with me? Please change what is good about you. If you anybody here can tell me what is good about you, if you can list more than you what's wrong with you, then positive psychology works with you. Each and every moment is good about you, and make life to be happy. And what we are looking positive psychology when we talk about this conference, how to apply to human. So whenever I have positive psychology, which is PP, I am uniquely solution focused. You see, this is the beauty of this applied positive psychology. Whenever you have this positive psychology, the strength, you're looking with the meaningful, what happened? What is the use? I'm already positive. But we see when you're positive with happiness, what happened? You are solution focused person. What that means? That means whenever you're happy, you can solve problem better. That's one solution focus. When you're emotionally down, you cannot focus. You cannot do the best decision. That's why when people say when you are emotionally down, don't take decision. Why people are saying that? Because you see, when you're positive, when you're looking all the happiness in your life, you can make better decision. It's not only for your education, even for your sports, maybe for your dancing, maybe for whatever that you do in your life. So don't limit yourself with all this negativity. Never even listen to them because that is not that is not important. Because sometimes, of course, like human being, we are so much bothered about others, especially environment and a situation. My friends, even your parents, even your colleagues, everybody talking bad about you. Don't worry. Nothing is important for you. The most important is you. That's what positive psychology. Look into your strength. Look into your what I can do best in my life. Whatever action that I do it in the best way. And then positive psychology also works by improving what is already there and extend to help by cultivating inner strength. This is also important. So positive psychology is studies of conditions and process that contribute to flourishing or optimal functions of people, group, and institution. So whenever you have all these, you can do the best. Okay, now I want to show you one video. Maybe you can see that video and you get some idea what I'm talking about, this positive psychology. And I think most of you have heard about PP, positive psychology, and it's very popular. But I want to share this video which is very interesting, which maybe can give you some input of this, how this positive psychology, what is the strength that I look into each and every component in my life. Let me share that. Can you see? Can you see the slide? The video? Hello? Is it audible?
escape lock பண்ணிட்டு சரி இது ஆஃப் பண்ணி லாக் பண்ணிட்டு ஜாக் லாக்
Oh my god, it got right on his hand. It's so pathetic. Oh, it's so sad. Lunch is served, buddy.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention, Raquel. Noah has a, history of incidents. Why do the quiet ones always get picked on? We take bullying very seriously. We can't police the internet, of course, but I'll make a report of it. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Raquel. Raquel.
Kel. Kel. You're kind of quiet. Those kids still bothering you? Hey, just don't let those jerks on the internet get to you. You're lucky. Nowadays, you can just block them. Case closed.
Hey.
Are you okay?
Man, this sucks.
I'm really feeling that one.
I know, right?
Okay, thank you so much for just let me. Okay, thank you so much to all the participants. And see, so when you say, "Are you okay?" So whatever matter in positive psychology, what we are saying, yes, I can do it. I can do it. So whenever we have a problem, whenever we have a stress, especially in academic, even in our life, relationship, financial, whatever problem, just feel calm. And there are a lot of training intervention that we do, especially in PP, positive psychology, especially like mindfulness. I think a lot of program for CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. There are focus solution counseling and individual. There are always a people willing to listen to you. So whenever you have an issue, you are not alone. Remember that. Are you okay with that? That is the concept of positive psychology. We are not only encouraging ourselves, we are also encouraging others. And remember, in positive psychology, when you have this ritual, whenever you have the feeling of happiness, it's not only within you, it also can be felt by others. So it's not only you giving the environment of happiness within yourself, but also you giving the happiness to the others. And that's how applied psychology, especially on positive psychology, will improve the happiness of people, and it will improve the well-being of the individual. With that, thank you so much, and I hope to see you again. So that's all, doctor. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, doctor. That's all. So if you have any questions, maybe I can answer if there is from the audience.
Yeah, let me moderate the session from now on. Participants, if you have any query, kindly raise your hand. We'll send the mic to you. You may ask the question. Any questions? One of the prime motto of organizing such conferences is just getting a discussion with the guest speaker so that you get to know more about the theme that is being discussed. So let me know if you have any questions. Simple questions, even if you think it is imperative, you can ask. Okay. I think that they have gone through your presentation, sir. Anyway, let us wait for that and let me join consolidate and see the questions in the
Can
chat.
they can message me in the group or in the chat box if you have do have.
Sure.
Definitely, I can answer.
And on behalf,
I try to answer.
yes, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee, thank you from the bottom of the heart for deliberating such an interesting topic and also uh, gaining the focus of the entire audience with the videos shared. Thank you so much. I believe that this would be the topic of an hour where students and the other listeners have to focus on and start coming out with flying colors. Thank you so much, sir, for having spent your
Thank you
time
so
all the
much.
way from Malaysia. Please do visit Coimbatore. We look forward to having you in person for this visit. We'll be organizing more of such events, more of personal, offline kind of events instead of hybrid mode. Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir,
you
for
so
joining
much,
us.
Prof. And if they do have any questions, they always can post it to me. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much for the. Okay, bye.
Speaker volume. Speaker. ஒரே நிமிஷங்க ஒரே நிமிஷம். Right. காப்பி பண்ணிக்கல சார். ஓப்பன் Dear participants, I hope you are about to get hungry because it's going to pass the lunch hour. And I understand you're feeling healthy. You also understand this so way to the function. We need you don't and we comments.
நீங்க போயிட்டு ஆர்கெஸ்ட்ரா இருக்காது
இப்ப சாரோடது வந்திருக்கு இப்படி
அப்படியே இது
எதுவும் சொல்லலையே.
The Humanist business series, with their life series. So, whatever kind of move you might be setting, can you realize in us, try discussing with the report story so that at one point of time, so that you know, we used to remember this. Speaker, Nandhi sir, some all the way from Gandhigram Rural University, Delhi. Okay, and he's from this structural department of microbiology. Now, it was family member to give a briefing about this speaker.
ஐயோ எங்க சார் கூப்பிடுங்க சார்
Please have request to welcome our invited lecturer, Dr. K.S. Nathi, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Global University, Edinburgh. He has completed his bachelor degree in the field of microbiology and master followed by PhD in the field of applied. Yes,
சார்
what
ஆர்கெஸ்ட்ரா
is
ಇದನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ
It's respected publication and his research interest in the functional genomics,
ಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್
biology and statistical psychology, biology and genetic engineering. His research
ಅವತ್ತು
was
ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್
featured
ಅವರೇ
in
ಚೇಂಜ್
journal proceedings. His outstanding work has earned his recognition in the form of award. I request you, I request you to deliver the speech, sir. So today I am going to discuss about how an animal model can be used to study human diseases. That's a zebra. So this zebra is a
which is native to India. So this is how can it can be used as a model to study the disease. So I would like to thank Dr. Srinivasan and Sridhar so for the organizing team for inviting me as a guest speaker for this session. So I'm going into the session. So Syrupis, which is having an genome similarity of 70% with human genome. So if you compare a genome of Syrupis and humans, so there is a 70% homology. So because of this genome similarity, you can use this to study the disease phenotypes in human beings. So there are a lot of business models apart from this zebrafish. So we have mice, we have monkey, we have rabbits. So why these animals are not used because so even then they are using. So there is a ethical concern. So what is the ethical concern? I need the session to be interactive. What is the ethical concern? So if you want to eat a chicken, so you don't need to worry about the chicken. So you can directly kill it and you can eat. So whenever you are doing a research, so the cruelty to the criminals should be reduced. So that is system called ethical test. So if you use a monkey or if you use a mammal, so you need to think about the ethical concern. So if you since it's a small invertebrate model, so the ethical concern regarding the use of this symptoms is very. So that's why people are preferring this animal model over other models. So if you have or if you have a monkey or if you have a rabbit, so the maintenance cost of the rabbit, monkey or rat is very high. So if you compare this risk, so the maintenance cost is also very less. So when you are performing a genome or genetic experiments, the offspring number should be very high. So then only the results will be reproducible. So if you take a mice can live only 4 or 5 crops. So if you take out a monkey, then we will do 1 crops. So when we reach the case of this 100 humans, a single female can lay 200 embryos per day. So you can do lot of experiments using this animal model. Since the embryo number is also very high, and the lifespan of this animal model. So if you take, suppose if you have an embryo microwave within 3 months, the fish is ready for the experiments. In article, you can get 200 per week and animal model. So today I'm going to take a topic on cell culture. Specifically cell culture. So most of you might be microbiology or psychology. So you people might have studied about microbes. So in order to culture a microbe, you'll be having, media, like nutrient or you need to culture a fungi unit and potato testosterone. So now, see, filtering plates. So in order to culture a bacteria or a fungi. So whereas in case to culture animal cells, so you need a vessel. Instead of filtering, you use a vessel called cell culture vessel. So this is the diagrammatic represent of cell culture. So these are all the different types of media used to culture the mammalian cell. So in microbiology, you'll be adding the desiccated powder, either a nutrient agar powder or potato dextrose agar powder, and then you will be media. So whereas in case of cell culture mediums, so most of the reagents so not cultivating a cell outside the body. So you need to build the environmental conditions. So molecules are necessary for its growth. So if you learn how to insects proteins get inactivated or coagulated, so that it is not provide a media for cell culture. So you the box should be out not the media powder part. So you have to alternate the water or alternate distributed powder should be added and it should be filled with so normally you can see microscope. So there is this microscope is called as upright microscope. So this microscope will be used for only observing microorganisms within a segment between gram scale. So after scaling will be observed in this normal microscope. So the microscope which we are using for cell culture is inverted microscope. So what's the difference between an upright microscope and an inverted microscope is the objective will be from the bottom for normal microscope. So whereas in the case of inverted microscope, the objective will be under or the stage will be below that objective. This is the difference between a normal microscope and an inverted microscope. So you will not use normal microscope for simple things. So you need this inverted microscope. So this is a zebrafish model. So we are going to see how to dissect our organs. So in order to culture a cells, you need different into organs. So for example, you need to culture a cells which is derived from or from kids, or from spine, or from field. So you need that particular organ. You need to culture organ from that fish. So normally fish will be having its own microbiota. So what happens if you are not properly sterilizing the fish, what will happen? The microbes which is present in the fish which will contaminate the culturing cells. So what you have to do? You have to clean the animals. You have to use 1,000 microgram per antibiotic. So that is 1,000 microgram per antibiotic concentration should be used to treat the fish. So bottle that water and add 1,000 microgram of antibiotics and leave the fish for 24 hours. The microorganisms which is present in the surface or within the gut of the microorganisms will be killed. So after the program, take the fish and go to anesthesize. So there is a chemical called Vicane. So you have to anesthetize the fish in a there is a anesthesia Vicane. After that, you can take the different organs in different petri plates. So while culturing a cells from a different organs, there are two methodologies followed. One is the methodology followed, that is the explant method. The second method is called as enzymatic method. So explant method in this method, what will be? You will be taking a tissue and you will be into smaller fragments, that is approximately 0.5 mm or 0.1 mm. So enzymatic method is of using scissors or forceps to cut the tissues, then an enzyme will be used. So what happens? Take a tissue, cut the tissue into fragments, that is 0.1 mm or 1 mm, and wash the tissue with either antibiotics, that is you can use broad spectrum antibiotics like kanamycin. So these antibiotics which will inhibit or which will control the growth of bacteria, that is gram positive, gram negative, as well as mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is nothing but which is a bacteria which has cell wall. So you have to include fungi, that is amphotericin B. So this amphotericin B should be used at a concentration of 2.5 microgram per ml. So in order to inhibit the growth of fungi. So after chopping or after putting the tissues into smaller fragments, that is 0.5 to 1 mm. So you should inoculate the tissue fragments within the media which is present in the cell culture class. So the cell culture class should have media 1% of antibiotics and FPS. FPS is nothing but which is called as fetal bovine serum, which is derived from the cow or from the buffalo's fetus. So what will happen? So the fetus will be sacrificed after that. When will be content from the after one product, the serum also is Yamaha started by that is called as serum. So likewise, when you are working with cell culture, the concentration of FPS should also be thought. So since we are collecting the serum from animal model, so it should be reduced. So try to reduce the FPS concentration as much as possible. So if you inoculate that tissue within that flask, what will happen? So this is the chopped tissue from the animal. So if you inoculate, what will happen? The cells will start to migrate from the tissue. So this is the eye cells, that is retinal pigmented epithelium. So retinal pigmented epithelium is nothing but it is the tissue, black tissue which is seen in the eye. So that tissue is called as retinal pigmented eye. So this is the caudal fin and this is the gill cells. So what will happen from these smaller fragments that you have made into 0.5 mm or 1.5 mm centimeter. So this cells will start to migrate from the tissue which have placed within the media. So this culture is called as primary culture. So actually primary, so if you directly culture a cell from a tissue, that is called as primary culture, primary cell culture. So normally bacteriological works will be called as subculture. So it's a subculture. What is really a subculture? So what is really subculture? So culturing of a microorganisms from one grade to another grade, that is called as subculture. So you have to maintain your culture as few cells to be subculture. Whereas in case of animal cell culture, so we won't call it as subculture. So we call it as passaging. PA is a passaging. So what do we do? So the cells will stick onto the surface of the glass. So what will happen in order to subculture the cells? So you cannot take individual cells from the glass. So it's what we do. So you'll be adding an enzyme called trypsin. So what will this enzymes act on this set of lysine and arginine. So you have the cells which starts to dissociate from the cells. So after it loses the cell morphology. So these are all the different cell types which was cultured from zebra studies, retinal pigmented epithelium, caudal fin, and you can see the difference in morphology of each and every cell type. So these are all the other cell types which was cultured from different tissues. So when a baby is born, you might be knowing it is a girl or a boy. So likewise, we need to identify the cells, whether the cell is fibroblast, epithelial, or neuronal, or endothelial. So there are different marks. So a cell will be expressing different proteins. So if a cell is expressing a protein or fibronectin, so this cell is said to be a fibroblast cell. So what you have to do, you have to use antibodies. So you have to punch a cell on a cover slip. After that, the cell should be fixed. Why we are fixing means we will be using a chemical fixative that is 4% formaldehyde or 4 glutaraldehyde. So why we are fixing the cells with 4% formaldehyde or glutaraldehyde is what happening during staining purpose. The cells will peel off from the plate or from the side. So in order to avoid this, we have to fix it with paraformaldehyde or glutaraldehyde. So that will be only these cells. So we more in the cell. In the cell state. 0.1% of right on external. So you need the antibody which you are adding which will enter into the cell. So you need staining the cells with two different proteins. Here the cell is stained with a protein called vimentin and fibronectin. So fibronectin is a protein which is basically secreted by fibroblast cells and vimentin this is a protein which is secreted by fibroblast cells. So when the antibody binds to the protein molecules which is present with the cell, so this cell can be termed as a fibroblast. So in the third state that is C, which is this can be stained lower part that is the nucleus. So you can stain the nucleus with a stain called Hodges or wrapping. So this is the panel D source is the merged image of A, B, and C. So based on this, you can confirm this cell is a fibroblast. So So this cell model is used to study an in vitro wound healing method. So what happens? So actually wound is nothing but a damage within a tissues. So what will happen when a cell is wounded? So there will be two processes. One is migration cells to the wounded area and the proliferation of the cells to the proliferation takes place. So simultaneously a in vitro wound model has been created in a cell culture model. So, say immune healing drug. So, normally we will be using hydrogen peroxide for cleaning more. So, what is the concentration? We will be using 3% of sodium peroxide, hydrogen peroxide for cleaning bones. So, initially, this hydrogen peroxide has been thought as a bad, it's not going to help anyway. So, in our studies, we have used this hydrogen peroxide. So how we have created an own model within a cell that is zebrafish fibroblasts. This panel A source, which is a control cell without hydrogen peroxide, And the second British planetary study is treated with 4 micromole hydrogen peroxide. And the third planet is treated 4 micromole hydrogen peroxide. Yes. So this calculates in or inactivate the hydrogen peroxide. So what happens? Treat these cells with 4 micromole hydrogen peroxide. So the healing is accelerated by 18 hours. So whereas in case of control cells as well as the cells treated hydrogen peroxide as well as catalyst, there is no healing is not happening. So we are going to this study shows that hydrogen peroxide can be used as an own healing agent at lower concentration. So how can we use this cell culture and a microorganisms treatment? So you are a microbiologist who doesn't know how to use this cell culture. So this is a microorganism called Serratia marcis. So this Serratia marcis was isolated from Cougar beta, that is sample, that is sweet mostly. So this from this class we have isolated a microorganisms. So this microorganism is called as Serratia marcis. So this Serratia marcis what will do? It will produce an pigment called proteolysis. Proteolysis is an extracellular pigment. So this pigment can be used for this pigment has lot of applications like antimicrobial activity, anti-cancer activity. So in our home we used to have that casserie. So that casserie powder is a carcinogen. So if you heat that when you are using casserie, so normally you'll be heating it almost 120 degree or 150 degree, not more than that. So if you add a casserie powder, what will happen? It is a carcinogen. The melting temperature of the calcium powder is about 550 degrees. So what happens is calcium powder which is present in the calcium which will directly bind your DNA which causes a mutation. So instead of using this calcium powder, you can use these microbially derived pigments as for a coloring agent. So what is the beauty of these microorganisms which we have isolated? So normally this is a gram-negative rod. So the microorganism which we have isolated is gram-positive cartilage. This organism has not been reported yet. So if we publish, it will be our first morphology of this. There is morphology, different morphology. So we have used different culture conditions in order to optimize the pigment productions. We have used low cost media. So we have used, so normally you'll be culturing the microorganisms either in a nutrient block. So we have used peanut oil gate, which is an agricultural waste which is used, which is a byproduct of the extracts of oil. So we have used the different concentration of this peanut oil cake. So we found that pH 9 is the best optimum for production of this proteolysis. So after if you inoculate this organism at pH 9, so after 28 degrees, that is after 72 hours, the pigment production was found to be optimal. So after extracting the pigment, so since we are going to use this pigment for different studies, so the pigment, so you have to isolate and you have to extract the pigment from the microorganism. So this is the microorganism which is the pigment which is produced by the microorganisms. So this is only the pigment. So after extraction with different solvents, so we found that methanol as a ideal solvent for extraction. So after this pigment, this is the crude protein pigment and this is the mixed protein. So after purifying, we are getting the pure of this pure protein that is protein. So in order to confirm, so FKR was performed, that is 1 year infrared spectroscopy was performed. So this is the crude pigment and this is the purified pigment. So this shows that this is the proteolysis pigment. This shows that this is the proteolysis pigment. Okay, so now you have a microbially derived pigment. So you want to use this pigment for a food coloring. So before you want to use it as a food colorant, so you have to evaluate the toxicity. So what is the toxicity means? So before a drug is consumed or a drug is entering into a market organism, so they will be evaluating the toxicity of the drug either in a cell culture model or animal model. So for this purpose, we have used the cells from zebrafish. So this is a gill cell. So in this gill cell culture, what we have exposed different concentration of proteosin. So what happens when we expose this proteosin at different concentration? We found that this proteosin below 4 micromole can be used as a food coloring. So this 4 below, if you use this proteosin below 4 micromole, there is no toxicity. If you increase the concentration of proteosin above 4 micromole, it was found to be little toxic. So you can use this treatment for coloring your fabric. So we are going to use different colors of dresses. So we are using synthetic colors. So because of this synthetic colors, there is lot of environmental problems. So what happens? We are directly discharging the pigments directly into the rivers and streams. So these pigments cannot be degraded. So it persists in the environment for long run. So in order to avoid this, you can use this microneedle pigment for coloring your dresses. So this is the zebrafish which I have told earlier. So this is the female fish. The female fish will be having larger belly and males will be having slender belly. So this is the white type zebrafish. So this is the mutated version of the zebrafish. So this mutated version, a scientist named Richard White. So he developed a mutant variety of zebrafish. So why he developed a mutant variety? So in order to study the cancer cell metastasis. So he planned to eject a cancer cell within this fish and he wants to study the how if you inject a cancer cell, what will happen? The cancer cell will migrate to different organs. So if you have a pigmented skin, so you can study the migration of the cancer cells. That's why he developed a transgenic fish which is lacking the pigment. So I have received this fish from the scientist from Children's Hospital Boston. So in order to study the stem cell migration and forming. So this is the transgenic figure of this. So a single female can produce 200 embryos. So for example, in this is a double layer tank. So what happens? This decoction itself will consume its own embryo soon after laying. So while it is consuming the embryos in one hour, the female should be protein deficient. So in order to make up the protein deficiency, so it will start to consume its own embryo. So that's why they now designed a tank. So it will be having two layer tank. The second tank will be having the perforated tank. So what will happen? Only the embryos will fall from the second tank. Not that this cannot enter into the first tank and it cannot eat. So this is the embryonic development of zebrafish. So you can clearly see the embryonic development of zebrafish throughout its lifespan. So you can see the heartbeat, you can see the blood circulation, everything is zebrafish. So this embryo is optically clear. So what we have done? So we have developed an in vitro embryonic stem cell. So what is the embryonic stem cells? So normally humans will have different cell types. So what is the embryonic stem cell space? So if you have a daily damage, suppose if I am lacking a protein called insulin, so it may lead to diabetes. So instead of taking insulin, if you inject these embryonic stem cells into the human body, what will these embryonic stem cells do? These embryonic stem cells will develop into a insulin producing beta cells where there is no necessity for you to take the insulin. So likewise, so now developed an embryonic stem cell model from the zebrafish. So these are the different cell types. So if I am taking a heart cell from a fish or from myself, what will happen? It will differentiate only into a heart cell. So if you take an embryonic stem cell, so this embryonic stem cell will develop into different lineages. So if you want to transplant it for kidney transplant, if you want to use it for liver transplant, if you want to use it for bone body, so these cells can differentiate into different lineages. So that is the beauty of this embryonic stem cell. So in since migration and forming. So what happens recently? There are a lot of people waiting for organ transplantation. So these days you have to go to a hospital and you have to register either for liver transplant, either for kidney transplant. So there is a lot of organs. So you have to wait for long run. So if you are waiting for long run, within the period some patients may die. So because of the organs are scarcity. So instead of waiting for a long run, so this is an alternative method how stem cells can be used to replace organ transplantation. So in order to study the stem cell, so we have used a dye called CFS, that is carboxyfluorescent succeeded ester. So we have used this dye to label these cultured cells. See, cultured stem cells. So this cultured stem cells was labeled with this fluorescent dye. So after oxygenating so we found that 10 microwatt of dye is often into 10 nanometers per minute. 5 minutes. 0.8% of the cells was viable after staining with this CFSC. So after that, we have transplanted, we have injected that stem cells into the zebrafish model through retroorbital. So the cultured stem cells is injected into the zebrafish. What happens after 3 days? These stem cells can able to circulate within the tail vasculature of that. So after 4 weeks, if you observe these stem cells, what happens? These stem cells starts to form onto the head kidney of the zebra. So head kidney is an hematopoietic organ, which is equal to bone marrow of humans. So if you inject a stem cell, what happens? These stem cells will go to this hematopoietic organ from and transported to different organs. So this zebrafish model can be used to study the stem cell migration and coding experiments. So, so we have used this zebrafish model in order to develop a new drug for a person. So when I was working as a postdoc, so we were our chemistry was working on RAM during this month. For so this card of happiness. So already we will have million card. Each and every people will be having a hard data 20 to 90 card. For you, this card and people will have. Then card rather or some point and in risk and then you will be time. This is the credit card of guideline. So a person came with cardiac arrhythmia. So when we found that, so most of the drugs which is currently available in the market is not responding to the time. So what we have done? So we have done a whole genome sequencing of that patient's gene. So even in whole genome sequencing, we find any mutation. So we went through the instead of going with exons, we went with intronic regions of the gene called green 2BD. So that we found a mutation between the exon 1 and sorry exon 2 and exon 3. We found there is a 25 base pair connection. So because of this 25 base pair connection, so that guy is having a carbon cardiac. We started to model the same disease in zebrafish. So we created a mutation model. That give that so it's a video actually
On. கிளிக்குங்களா
சரி ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி
திஸ்
So, so this is an animal which is having a mutation. We have created a 25 days per mention in this fish. So this is a normal animal. So in this both the animals there is a heartbeat. So you can see the heart stops here. So what will happen? You can see the heart stops even in the control it is beating. So because of this 25 days per mention, we have created a model of the human disease. So still the heart is beating in the normal animal. So there is no heartbeat in the mutant animal. Again, it will start to beat. So it is starting. It starts to beat. So after that, what is that? The heart starts to beat very fastly. So this condition is called as cardiac arrhythmia. So you can use this zebra of this in order to study the human disease. You can use this model organism to study this. That is called as personalized medicine. So if the drug is not responding to a particular person, so that disease models can be replicated or reproduced in zebrafish. So after that, you can use different drugs to check whether the drug is working or not. So this is how this zebrafish model can be used to study or used to develop a disease model. So this is the organism is the organism which I said like a Booker bit before. So this organism is used for drawing, that is this art is called as Petria. So one of my students, she drew these diagrams in an inter-college competition where she got first prize for all this. So her name is Kavya. She's doing her second MSc micromanagement. So likewise, you can use either a microorganism or different organisms based on your needs. Thank you.
Right. Smelling it.
Do you have any questions? Check. Any questions from your side? Any queries from anyone? கண்டிப்பா கேள்வி கேட்டே ஆகணும். Both internal as well as external participants. I do not expect everyone to ask questions, but there should be some questions asked. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shani. The year is 2020. இப்போ லைக் கேன்சர் செல்ஸ்லாம் வந்து பண்ண மாதிரி
ஹியூமன்ல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஏதாவது ஒரு புதுசா ஒரு ட்ரக்ஸ் வரலாம் அப்படின்னா ட்ரக்ஸ் வந்து டைரக்டா we cannot use it for humans. So instead what we can do, we can inject a cancer cell from a human into a fetus. So what will happen if you inject a cancer cell? What will happen is cancer will start to migrate within the blood cell and it will go to different organs. So that cell is called as metastasis. So by using this animal model, so if you can place a 10 fish per liter of water. So you can use different drugs, whether the drug is responding to a particular cancer or not. So there is more advanced technique called CRISPR, that is clustered regularly interface short parental units. So you can use this CRISPR Cas system even to specifically knock down the cancer cells alone.
On the coloring system.
Convert into a product. See, much is not product. So the production cost should be minutes. From the carbon intent around Spanina, production cost will be faster. So when your production cost is less, quantity will be increasing all your production cost in your product. So when you only for product, so immediately you will start from the raw materials. Should be easily available. So this is also still the total of the raw materials. Life science background. எதுவுமே புரியல சார். நாங்க ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறோம், அதாவது கேட்டு தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். See what our speaker has presented is it has an impact on the current medical as well as research society. Even the neurophysiology is being dealt and studied deeply in this model. And I have seen him do bench work every other day in his laboratory where his doctoral mentor used to give them computers. They have against some research team which works round the clock and has developed a lot of research prospects for various diseases, including what he has presented this. So without any inputs, such kind of weighted inputs, it will be impossible to present such groundbreaking research. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Sonika, Bayameda Fellow from Bharatiya University. I have a question for you today, sir. You said about the particular dye for stem cell migration CFSC cell. What made you to select this particular fluorescent dye, sir? There are so many fluorescent dyes available.
Yeah.
Particular fluorescent dye, sir. There are so many fluorescent dyes available.
Yeah, it's a good
Can you
question
state-
actually.
Yeah.
So when you are using this site, so this dye was initially used to study the lymphocyte migration and homing in mice model. So when you use this dye, so this dye when you enter into the cell, what will happen? This dye gets remarkably permanent. So most of the days what will happen when a cell is dividing, the fluorescence intensity of the dye will get loose.